Welcome to your new unit of chemistry. You have a periodic table of elements, and in 8th grade, when you come to your STAR test, you're going to have one that's very similar to this. It'll have this dark line underneath hydrogen. It'll have this little stair coming down. They'll have some numbers on the side and on the top, and you're supposed to see that on the back side, you're gonna have a formula chart for middle school 8th grade science. You will have remembered, hopefully, that in 6th grade you learned the formula for speed, which is distance over time, which is written this way as well. And you learned density, which is mass divided by volume, because I love density, mass divided by volume. You also learned when we did our density of liquids that 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter. So those are things that you've learned in 6th grade. So you have that information given to you before the STAR test. You also will have a centimeter ruler if you have to measure something. So that will be one day when you get to that point. I'd like for you to take your copy, turn it over on the back, and put your name. And I'm looking for your name on the back because we have got a lot of information that we want to use on the front side. The first thing I'd like for you to do is, using your pencil, I'd like for you to heavy line underneath hydrogen so you know that he's separated from the rest of these guys down below, and that you have a stair starting with boron and silicon, and you have ASTE, you have arsenic and beryllium, and you have astatine. So you're going straight down on 5, go under 5, go straight down between 13 and 14, go under 14, straight down between 32 and 33, go under 33, straight down between 51 and 52, go under 52, and go straight down, stop right down here between 84 and 85. And that's where we're gonna stop. If you'll make your stair step and that division line over there, that will help us know where some of our elements are going to be divided into the metal, the non-metal, and the metalloid group. The first group I'm gonna start off with is a metalloid group. And the color I chose to use is green. You are welcome to use any color you want to use, but that's the one I'm going to be using to show my metalloids. There's a space we're going to be writing some of the information later on at a future date about our metalloids. So we're starting off with our B. We're going straight to our stairs. So we're going to color the B green, the SI green, the AS green, and the TE green. And we went straight down with 4 of those, and that's as far as they go. Then we're going to go under the stairs, and we have 3 that go under the stairs. There are 4 that go on top of the stairs. There's just a total of 7, and that's all there is. The silly trick that I come up with in my class is that Harry Potter, that's pretending like that was Potter, even though that's polonium. We say that Harry Potter had 2 of his friends, which were Ron and Hermione, and they were the 2 friends of Harry, and Harry used to live under the stairs. So that was our trick to remember that we have 3 under the stairs. You have 4 on top. So when you look at your original one, which you're going to get on your STAR test, you can see you have 4 on top and you have 3 underneath. That's just the part that you'll have to remember. You're just getting some practice right now. Whenever you need to stop the video to be able to get caught up, please do that, but make sure you have all your metalloids colored before we move on to the next color. The next color I chose was blue. This is going to be my non-metals. I'd like for you to first of all color the hydrogen, which is way up there in the top. Make him the same color that you're going to have the other guys over here on the other side. So these are all considered non-metals. He's a non-metal, and all these blue guys are non-metals. You still can see the stair step where it works, but we're going to color every one of these to be the blue color to show that they are non-metals. They all have similar properties, which is why they are considered non-metals. And hydrogen is a non-metal, and he has the same properties, similar properties of all these non-metals. So that's why we want to make sure that he's also colored blue. And then the last group is going to be, in my choice was yellow, and you'll see there's a lot. So whatever color you're going to use, make sure you have plenty of color in there. So if you've got a very weak short little yellow or a short little green, whatever you're choosing, make sure you have a full amount to color all of these. Everything else should almost be covered up in the periodic table. We are not going to do 109 through 118. Those are synthetics. Those are undetermined what those are at this point, so we're just going to leave those open. And for 6th grade, this is all we're looking for, is that you know the difference between the metals, the nonmetals, and the metalloids by using the stair to help you remember, and that little division line over there to help you know which one are the metals. The metals are massive. They're all over the place. In fact, there's this little space here that include this giant line here, which are the 57 through 71 is this line here, and then the 89 through 103 is this line down here. So all of those are considered to be metals, so there's a lot of them. When you finish, you'll get something that looks similar to this. I use different colors. Even though it says yellow, I colored it blue. Even though it says purple, colored it. Even though it says blue, I colored it purple. And even though it says green, that is sort of a green. I guess that one's an okay one. But you'll see I've also left out the one row showing the synthetic blend of the elements. And you'll see I still have my non-metals over here, including the hydrogen, all of my metals, which there's a lot of them, and the ones that are right on the stairs, the 4 on top and the 3 underneath. Now you'll see as a teacher, I look for things that are not correct. And in this one, I can actually show you some things that are not correct. On this person, they colored the 109 all the way through 118. That's still fine if you color it. That's not a problem. If you do make them into metals, because they're going to have more properties that are similar to a metal at this point. As we get over here, it gets a little vague, and it just changes every once in a while, kind of like with aluminum as well. You'll learn about that later, about being so close to the stairs. But this AT was colored, and he's actually supposed to be part of the non-metals. But truthfully, it's just, you do, the main thing that you can cover is that there's mostly metals here. There's a few non-metals, and there's only 7 of the metalloids. There's not that many of those. Just make sure that you know the differences between all of those, and that's what we're looking for. Good luck with your copy.